It's nearly unthinkable that Rachel Reeves would have the gall to disparage someone's economic strategy. We will be talking about Rachel from A's fatal move, which backfires spectacularly, in today's video. However, before we get started, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for daily British content. Just a quick note to say that we do have t-shirts available on our website. We have Stuck Farm and Make Britain Great Again. Once you do, make sure to check the link in the description or visit British.com. As mentioned in the introduction, it's nearly astonishing that Rachel Reeves has the gall to disparage someone else's economic philosophy, especially considering her own qualifications, or lack thereof, and the fact that she isn't even an economist. Her recent comments against Nigel Farage are a perfect illustration of this. She asserted that Farage lacks any economic policy knowledge and questioned his plans to enhance the lives of working people. Her exact words. What is Nigel Farage's economic response? How is he going to improve the lot of working people? He has no notion. How is he going to expand the economy? He has no concept. Well, let's consider things from a different angle. Reform UK. The party Farage once championed has actually proposed solid economic policies designed to put more money into people's pockets. Take for instance their plan to raise the income tax threshold. This approach not only allows individuals to retain more of their hard-earned money but also stimulates spending across various sectors, whether it's hospitality, retail, or other essential parts of the economy. When people have more disposable income, they spend, which boosts businesses and generates further economic growth. That's how you grow an economy, not through relentless taxation. Contrast that with L approach under Rachel Reeves, which seems to hinge on tax hikes. Here's the irony: despite these increases, the government's tax revenue might not rise as expected. In fact, it's likely to stagnate or even decrease. Why? Because Reeves's policies could end up stifling economic activity, costing the economy money, instead of generating it. Now let's talk about experience. In contrast to Reform UK, the Labour front bench is full of people with little to no practical experience in the real world. The majority of them have never operated a business or worked outside the public sector, and many of them are straight out of university or trade unions with little knowledge of what it takes to run a business, make payroll, or deal with the difficulties faced by regular working people. Leaders with practical experience are the ones who genuinely comprehend the needs of working-class families. Many have started their own companies, held legitimate jobs, and in some cases, gone through financial hardships. One such individual is Lee Anderson, who has personal experience of living paycheck to paycheck. A deeper reality is also revealed by Labour's recent attacks on Reform UK. They are focusing their firepower on Reform UK rather than just the Conservatives because they fear that Reform UK poses a serious threat to Labour, and they are aware that it will lose a sizable number of MPs in the upcoming general election, while Reform UK stands to gain a sizable number. Those who have written off Reform UK as a fringe movement should take note of this change. The tide is turning and voters are beginning to take notice. What do you think about Reeves' attack? Please share your ideas in the comments section of other news articles. According to recent suggestions, local councils may soon be granted the authority to impose immediate fines for minor infractions like climbing trees in parks. The modifications are included in Angela Reyna's white paper on English devolution, which would give councils more power to issue fixed penalty notices instead of bringing individuals to court. This would greatly enhance councils' capacity to enforce local bylaws without needing ministerial approval, as is currently the case. Critics worry that financially stressed councils looking to raise more money would abuse the new powers. Currently, municipalities need a government minister's consent before they can adopt new local laws. This requirement would be eliminated by the suggested modifications. Permitting governments to use fixed penalty notices to enforce ordinances rather than local authorities currently impose on-the-spot fines in court procedures that often range from £50 to £000. The government's white paper contends that the centuries-old procedure for creating bylaws is out of date for modern governance and that local leaders are in the best position to comprehend and address these issues. Councils already have limited authority to impose immediate penalties for infractions like fly tipping and littering. The white paper states Kevin Rake Holland, the shadow local government secretary, has harshly criticized the plans, saying the Labour administration will stop at nothing to further their goal of enriching itself. The justice system shouldn't be hacked to enrich the tax collectors, he added, warning that the modifications could enable overzealous town hall officials to forbid harmless, legal activity in public areas like vaping, strolling a dog, or participating in an organized group. Holland Rake said that the Conservatives had previously turned down similar plans during the coalition government because they were worried about revenue generating. 2 municipalities were criticized last year for enforcing bans on tree climbing in protected public areas. Torrin in Wales and Rugby. According to the nation's current council ordinances, the enhanced powers might result in fines for a number of activities that take place in public areas, such as walking many dogs at once, playing ball games with model aeroplanes and kites, or even playing football or cricket. Capabilities councils have previously shown that they can make a sizable profit from fines. Just last year, £620 million was collected in parking charges. The director of the civil rights organization Manifesto Club, Jose Appleton, voiced worries about possible abuse of the new authority. As with other authorities that provide fixed penalty notices, I'm concerned that councils would utilize these new powers to raise revenue. She said she issued a warning, pointing out that municipalities are increasingly using private enforcement agents who are compensated on a fine basis. We can anticipate that people will be punished for public nuisances like playing baseball or music in parks because there are numerous outdated rules in place. According to a government spokesperson, Appleton added, municipalities will reassess how ordinances are enforced using fixed penalty notices. Finally, when Prince Harry stands trial against news group newspapers in January 2025, he could wreak havoc on King Charles. Many royal family members are anxiously anticipating Harry's solo return to the UK, a royal specialist exclusively told the British Stand. Prince Harry accused the Sun publisher of illegally collecting material by journalists and private investigators between 1996 and 2011, according to the royal commentator. His case is one of 2 that remain open after 39 others were settled. Richard Fitzwilliams, a royal commentator, suggested that the Duke of York could cause absolutely havoc in a sensational trial if he made allegations against the monarchy, whether or not they were true. He said that if Harry were to say something in court that he said the king said to him, whether or not the king actually did, it would cause absolute havoc. Given that Harry has 2 court cases pending, it seems like there is anxiety about what he might say during cross-examinations or to his solicitors that could involve the monarch. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, and take care. Goodbye.